Hello everybody, this is PillarTrading.com doing a market update for Monday, April 12th. We are looking at the news that's due out today affecting U.S. markets. Incredibly slow news day. We've only got one item that's going to really move. It's the 2 p.m. federal budget balance. Okay, nothing before or after the opening bell in the morning session. The afternoon session, just that federal budget balance. So it's going to be all price action alone today for those gap fill trades and the early morning session. Let's take a look at the charts. We'll start off with the ES daily chart. If you can recall from our videos, we've been in a series of very technical measured moves on the daily chart. We had one workout. The next one just hit its target. Okay, we called it midweek last week. Those 72.25s, 72 evens were a buy up to these 1196s. That 1196 target has been hit. That has some pretty big implications in the midterm forecast for the ES. Now, keep in mind that we are getting up to these extreme tops on the ES from July anchors to swing highs here on the daily chart at these 1150s, 1149s. We had a perfect 50% retracement back in February, and we have been in a charge higher ever since. Haven't had many pullback days. Those we have been insignificant, and we are charging towards that 1200 target. Okay, 1200 is not only a negative 23% target on the daily chart, it's also a psychological level. Okay, anytime you get around those even numbers like that, 1200, 1000, 1100, whatever it is, it's going to be a big psychological level for people looking to short this market. So, going to be a battle up here at 1200. So, just remember that that is out there. The long-term target is about to be hit. We are a point and a half away from it. So, going back to that, our immediate measured moves, if we look at the 15-minute chart, we can see that this is that 1171s where it turned around. 1172.25s was the buy level, and it has hit its 96 target. Now that would mean the next measured move on the daily chart, which also coincides with the next measured move on the 15-minute chart, is down here below the pivot for today at 1185 evens. Okay, is the price to get in. 1184.75s is the actual level. Front run by a tick is 1185 evens. But let's look at what's happening in terms of the 15-minute level trend. To have a 15-minute level trend failure, we went up on Thursday, skyrocketed up after bouncing around at lows. We went into an extension on Friday from swing highs to swing most recent highs. We had a pullback to the gap fill. The gap didn't fill by a tick, but was front run, and right at that 50% level it bounced and hit its negative 23% target later in the day. That means that the next measured move on the 15-minute charts is from these 1183s or Friday's lows to most recent highs, which right now is 1198.50s. Okay, that lines up perfectly with the gap fill at 1190.75s. Again, the gap fill for Monday will fill here as long as the YM is kept under 100 points. It will fill at 1190.75, which coincides with that 50% pullback on from Friday's swing lows to most recent highs. So what we are doing for the gap fill trade today is, because we had such a hefty move to the upside, we're going to draw up extensions, okay, from swing highs to swing highs. When this level fails, if it does, if we get a bounce at extensions, because it could continue in extensions up to that 1200. Okay, that's got a 1200 target on it right there. That could continue to see support at those extension levels. If it breaks down from this extension level, that's going to be your cue to get into the gap fill trade. Okay, and we can take a look on a smaller time frame. This is the 512 tick chart of the ES continuous contract. If we take these swing highs to most recent highs, that is going to give us a level here at 1192.50s. If that breaks down, all you're going to do to get into the gap fill trade is draw the next measured move in the opposite direction. So be prepared for that to happen. Usually happens about an hour and a half before the bell is the best time to get into those gap fill trades. I don't trade the gap fill trades once the market opens up. It's a little bit too volatile. Don't trade the first 30 minutes if I don't have to. So that is the play on the ES. Again, we are looking for support at the gap fill to go higher with a target, swing highs to swing lows, with a target at 1202. Now I'm going to look if there is significant resistance, which I am expecting that there will be. I am going to look at taking it off at these 1200s or just before, because I am anticipating some serious price action and some serious resistance up at that level. So just be aware that this is where the trend is going to be decided, whether we continue or whether we get a push down after hitting that negative 23% target on the daily level. So let's head over to CL. We look at the daily chart of CL. We were anticipating a pullback from extension levels. So we drew the extension, and it did pull back earlier in the week, and then on Friday came down and hit it again and got another bounce. So we take a look at a 15-minute chart. We can see that these lows, swing highs, gave us the entry level, which was here at 84.37. Had to be front run. Didn't get in except on a micro measured move breakdown, which we had. It broke down. You get into the upside trade. Now what has happened is it bounced off of this 50% level. And when it did, it broke out of a halfway back short. Okay, you can see there was some resistance initially. It came up in the after hour session and saw resistance again, broke down a little, and then it broke out to the upside. When that happens, you draw the next measured move in the direction of the trend. Now that completely got slammed. There was no support whatsoever. It charged all the way back down to that 50% level at those 84.30s. What that tells me is chop. Okay, as soon as you get two 50% in opposite directions breaking down, you cannot trade in between these levels. You either need this 50% to break down, you need 83.62s to trade, thereby nullifying this 50% halfway back, or you need a 50% measured move to hit its negative 23% target in the direction of the predominant trend, which the predominant trend has got a target at 88.44s right now. So if we get this is broken out of its next measured move again to the short side. That's twice that has happened. If this next level here at 84.92s is supported and we hit this 86.09 target, that to me shows that there is a trend in progress. Okay, until that happens, I am not trading this 84.92s. No way. What's going to happen here is it's got a high probability of breaking down right through. I mean, we've already been at this level once, twice, 3 times, and there's been no support. So I am not trading this until there is a trend, a tradable trend in place that I can recognize on the 15-minute level chart. It hasn't proven itself yet. This could go right through, like I said. If it does show support and hits its negative 23% target, that's the cue to get into the 15-minute trend, anticipating a 88.44 trading. Okay, that's the long-term target on CL. So those are the trade setups for Monday, guys. Hopefully everyone had a good weekend, and I will see you all on the trading floor.